I guess I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you whether you think there's a federal answer to some of the questions that we're trying to deal with, some solutions for what's happening in society right now. Is it what can we do federally? Is there something there? I don't know, police rules, something? What do you think?
I think there is something there. I think that obviously this is a national awakening. We're in Washington, D.C., where even where I'm sitting now, this building is totally boarded up. And so it's a stark reminder of what's gone on in the last week. But there's a lot of peaceful protesting still going on here in D.C., and that's great for people's voices to be heard. I think we can look at national, police registries in terms of what's the past violations as a police officer had to make sure that, different states are aware where you might be getting a bad apple. I think that's an issue. I think certainly that we are going to definitely come forward with a package. You saw the Democrats come forward yesterday with one. This is something we can work on together. It's tough stuff and it's difficult, but we've got to make sure that justice for all is equal and that we're going into this with eyes wide open. And I think if we in Congress don't begin to talk about this together in a positive way on a national scale, I think we would be deemed a failure in the American people's eyes because we turned our heads the other way.
I wonder how after all of this, we're going to owe a lot of money. We're going to still be dealing with inequality under it, and I know growth helps there, and a lot of times that's the go-to answer for Republicans. But are there things in the tax structure, in your view, that need to be changed now to try to deal with just the overall inequality problems, or is that something the private sector needs to take care of?
Well, we gave the private sector a great opportunity through opportunity zones to begin to go to those areas that have been, are less productive or are in a great downturn. And in many cases, that's where, we see some problems developing either in our cities or even in the rural areas where there's a lot of joblessness, where there's no hope. And so to try to bring in economic activity into those areas, I think, is one thing that we have done through our tax structure. It's been on pause because everything's been on pause over the last 4 months. So we're going to get back to this. I've been talking to Senator Scott, who's been a real leader here, to see if maybe that's a place where we can bring our manufacturing of our face masks and our where we found they were over in China and Italy and Germany and all these other places. Why not, reconnect our manufacturing sector for the health products into the areas where we know we can, we have people who are really willing to work, but just don't have the opportunities. And so I think building on our opportunity zone legislation is something that I think will help some of these issues.
Right.